Dana, great to see you again. How are you?
I'm good. You too?
I keep telling fight fans back in the UK that Abu Dhabi is the best fight week of the year. Now, that's a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
I enjoy coming out here. I enjoy everything about being in Abu Dhabi, but 9 times out of 10, the fights deliver as well. It really has turned into a jewel in the UFC calendar, the big numbered card in Abu Dhabi every single year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's certain places that I always tell people that you have to travel to and see a fight. The UK is one of them, and Abu Dhabi it's special. It's different, like you said. The fights do always deliver. We always have great cards here, and it's a great place to come hang out for a week or a few days or a weekend.
And this one at the weekend's probably even more romantic for British fight fans because obviously we've got a guy in the main event, and it's the heavyweight championship of the world. No disrespect to any other champions, but there's something, again, quite romantic about the heavyweight championship.
I agree, and Aspinall and Gane is a very interesting fight for both guys. You know, Aspinall is supposed to be the future of the heavyweight division. He's going to have to get through Gane first, and for Gane, you know, there was a point in time when it looked like he might be the future of the heavyweight division. So big fight for both of these guys.
Well, that's what this is this weekend, isn't it? It is the next generation of heavyweight. I mean, you've seen plenty of heavyweights come through the UFC over the last 30 years, and you can see that evolvement. And these two are kind of the epitome of that evolvement, the next generation, the way they move, the way they fight, how rounded, especially Tom, the way that they are now. It is that next generation of fighter that we're seeing on Saturday night.
Both real athletic guys that move really well. Both have good stand-up, and if it goes to the ground, it's good there too. And yeah, a couple of real athletic, well-rounded guys.
From a British point of view, obviously we're all in on the Tom Aspinall train. How impressed have you been with Tom and what he's done in the UFC so far?
Unbelievable. Saturday night's the big night for him, though. Saturday night's the big night for him and the big night for Cyril. Cyril was winning the entire fight with Francis, and then, you know, went for that submission and got into a bad position. And then, you know, what John Jones did was unbelievable. So for Cyril Gane in his career, Saturday night's a big night for him, and Saturday is possibly a big coming out party for Aspinall if he goes in and does what people think he's capable of doing.
And if he does, there's obviously then going to be questions about what comes in 2026 for Tom. We look down those rankings in the heavyweight division. He's already beaten 5 of the top 10. Cyril would be 6 if he's successful come Saturday night. He's already said that the guy that's currently ranked number 10 is his friend, Ante Delija. And he would vacate the title if Delija got to a point where he was going to fight for the title. Firstly, what do you think about that?
You know what I think about that.
Yes.
Before you even ask me. I hate that. You know, many friends, relatives, name it, have all fought each other before. You know, it doesn't determine whether you are friends with somebody or you hate somebody. You're competing against them to see who the best is. But that's his decision. You know, these guys. You know, when you become a world champion and you know, if he defends the title and does whatever he does, to even think about vacating it because you don't want to compete against somebody is absolutely insane. But he's a grown man. That's up to him.
There are other options though for people that he could fight. Obviously, you've got a fantastic light heavyweight champion who is currently talking about the possibility of moving to heavyweight in Alex Pereira. Do you see that as a possible move for him in 2026?
Anything is possible. I mean, anything is possible. You know, I don't really like looking down that far and talking about the light heavyweight champion moving up, but I don't know. We'll see how things play out at the end of this Saturday, obviously, and then the end of this year, and as far as Pereira goes and stuff like that. But I'm only looking at Saturday. That's it. You know, and even Tom saying, you know, I'd vacate if he fought. It's even silly to talk about that when a guy's ranked in, you know, number 10.
Do you, obviously, when I was growing up, Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet, late 80s, early 90s, that was the mantle that was along him. And I think the UFC heavyweight champion has kind of taken that mantle for the modern day. Would you go along with that the
100%.
baddest man on the planet
Definitely.
is the UFC heavyweight champion of the world?
without a doubt.
With that then in mind, how big could this be for the victor on Saturday night? I'm talking from a crossover point of view, from a star point of view, from becoming a person that maybe cuts through into the mainstream, especially with the new TV deal that you've got coming into fruition in January next year in the States.
Yeah, and we have a lot of really cool things coming up, you know, here in the next several years. And whoever does hold that belt, you know, obviously it's a big deal. It's a big position in the company, and yeah.
How does it change? That TV deal is absolutely astronomical, and I think it could be huge for the UFC crossing over into that mainstream. Does it change the way that you approach the calendar next year at all, as you've already approached this year in 2025? Will it look different next year at all?
As with the new television deal?
Yeah, I'm talking maybe from a schedule point of view.
Yeah, I think a lot of things are going to change over the next couple of years. You know, as we get into business with these guys, we're going to sort of, when you think about us being on ESPN, college football, the NBA, you know, the NFL, the list goes on and on of all the different sports that they had on there. These guys are an entertainment network. They can move movies around and things like that, whatever. But we're gonna try. Literally on the ride over here, we were texting about, you know, scheduling and timing for next year. It was literally just working on that in the car on the way here.
Do you think fight fans get more?
You think what?
Do you think fight fans get more events in 2026?
Well, I don't know. Definitely not more events, but definitely try some new things as far as scheduling goes.
Okay. Regarding locations that obviously and territories that you visit, it's been great recently, especially with fight nights and the big events that we've had back in front of the fans and packed out stadiums and arenas around. Are there new territories that you're looking to explore with the new
always
deal?
I mean, that's always, no matter who we're with, no matter what network partner we're with, we're always trying to go to new places and open up, you know, and again, I've been saying for a while too, we got to get back to some places that we haven't been. We just went to Chicago. We hadn't been there in a long time, and it was a great event. But the answer is yes. That's always yes, no matter who we're with.
I mean, that New York card does look absolutely insane with Islam Makhachev, again, looking for greatness, trying to take on Jacques de la Maddalena.
Yeah, I agree. Fun card in New York. But, you know, like we were talking about, you can always count on the Abu Dhabi card to be great. It's like our November New York cards are always incredible too.
And then in December, maybe a little bit of history being created with Merab Dvalishvili. I've seen you speak about him and his attitude and wanting to defend that belt for the fourth time. He's been put in again in the rematch with Pereira. Just talk to me about that attitude from Merab of wanting to fight again before the year was out.
Yeah, I love it. Merab and I were off to a rough start in the beginning. But, you know, listen, you have to respect somebody who's done what he's done, and the guy wants to keep fighting. He wants to break this record and defend the title more times in a year than anybody's ever done. I love guys who want to fight all the time. First of all, it's how you make the most money that you can possibly make while you're doing this, and it keeps you in front of the fans, and you know, more people want to see it when you keep fighting.
I know that
when you fight and disappear for a long time, it's, you know, it's a little weird. But guys who like to be active, I love it. Even kids that come off the Contender and they're like, throw me in as soon as you can. Love it.
I know that obviously America and Vegas is the hub of everything that the UFC is, but with champions now scattered around the globe, all over the place, do you find it important to take those champions to their local areas in order to fight in front of their local fans?
Yeah, anytime you can. I mean, that used to be the model. You know, when you look at the way the boxing used to work is, unless they became huge superstars and they would fight in Vegas or Atlantic City, they fought in their hometowns. That was how you made money. We sort of destroyed that whole model. But, you know, whenever you can take somebody, you know, to their home country, it's never a bad thing. Are you going to ask me about Merab? Is that where we're headed with this?
No. I was thinking more in my head, obviously from a British point of view with Tom, because obviously now as his stardom is growing, I've no doubt there'll be a thirst to have him in America, in Vegas, and in.
That's a no-brainer. Well, absolutely, yeah. But I was literally at a meeting today, and there was a guy there who was from the government of Georgia, and he's literally like, I want to talk to you guys. I want to bring a fight to Georgia. So we literally happened this afternoon at a meeting I was at earlier. So I'd like to take him home too.
Merab to Georgia, Ilya to Spain. Those
Yeah.
are things that are obviously exploring.
Absolutely, no brainers.
Okay. Looking ahead to 2026, I'm going to ask you about some other British fighters. We all love Paddy the Baddy. There's talk at home that we think that he's ready to challenge for the top prize, the title against Ilya. We know that those two guys have got a dislike for each other, let's just say, and it would make a fantastic fight. Is that something that you're exploring for the start of next year?
We're always exploring lots of different things.
There's a twinkle in your eye though when you said that.
Well, listen, obviously it's a fun fight. People would like to see that, but I don't know. As of right now, no, we haven't made that fight. We're trying to figure out what's next for Topuria.
Okay. There was talk as well, from a British point of view, about Lerone Murphy challenging Alexander Volkanovski for his title. We thought that might come by the back end of the year. It's not materialised. Is that something that you're looking at for the start of next year?
You want me to make like 10 fights right here while we're doing this
No,
interview right
British
now?
fighters.
I mean, everything is possible. Everything is possible. But no, we haven't made any of these fights yet.
Okay. With everything that's happening at the moment, again, I speak to some fight fans that maybe have a minimal concern because you're a busy man, and obviously you're now stepping into the world of boxing. You've got slap going, all these things. How does that affect your work with the UFC?
All the other things that I'm doing?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't affect my work with the UFC. It affects my personal life. I'm obviously, if you'd have told me at 36, you're going to be busier when you're 56, I would have never believed it, but it's true. But this is what happens when you want to take on more and more things. Just busier. I'm over here for almost a month. I'm in the Middle East for almost a month between UFC, slap, and boxing. Just those three things had me here in the Middle East for a month. So, 26 is, we're launching on Paramount and CBS and working on a bunch of other deals that are happening right now. So it's going to be a busy year next year.
You just obviously gone back from 56 to 36 there in your own personal life, but if someone was to tell you that you'd have been able to take this to Paramount, to the deal that you've just cut on that TV, to now obviously be in a stage where the business could be crossing over massively into the mainstream for world domination, would you have believed it?
Yeah, I would have believed it. The crazy thing about this, like, full circle, whatever you want to call it right now that I got going on with Paramount. Paramount was basically where we were when we were with Spike TV. And the guy who at the time ran, was the executive that ran the whole company, Lorenzo and I went in to cut a new deal with them because we're super loyal. We would have stayed on Spike for the next 100 years. But the guy was basically like, his name's Philippe Dumont, right? Mm-hmm. He acts like he's from, he's French. His name's Phil Duman. He's from Jersey. The guy is the biggest zero in the history of television. But basically, he put a bullet in all the great brands. He wiped out MTV, VH1, Comedy Central, all the greatest brands in American television. This guy ruined. But he basically sat there at that lunch that day and told us, I built the UFC, and I'll build another one. So, we never ended up doing a deal with what became Paramount. And now we're back with Paramount again, with obviously
different people,
new ownership and everything else. But it's crazy the way life works out.
For people that are going to be tuning in on Saturday night, give it a man. Tell them exactly what they're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, every time, we said it earlier, every time we come to Abu Dhabi, we stack the card. We got a great card on Saturday night. Main event is, you said it yourself, the heavyweights are are it, and a lot on the line for both of these guys this weekend, and I'm excited to see how this thing plays out. Yeah.
Thanks for your time, Dennis.
Thanks for having me.